Well, welcome back, everybody. Going to do a review here of the EZ3 Vortex throw lever for the Razor HD Gen 2 scope. Also going to be doing a review on the EZ3 34mm scope mounted data board and level. I did a initial review and video on the rail mounted data board from EZ3 a few weeks ago, and ended up putting it on this rifle here. Ran it through a match not too long ago. Worked very well. It was really nice to have to where I could just take a data card. I did not use the ones that they supply. It was raining that day, and was concerned that maybe if I used the little dry erase boards that come with these, that the ink would have washed off. So I ended up using just a regular index card that was covered in a piece of plastic, just to make sure that I didn't get my data smeared. So anyway, initially wanted to mount this one on this rifle here, but because of the extremely low clearance that I have in between this scope and that rail, plus I didn't have any real estate up front to put it in front of the parallax knob. There's just no space in there. Would not fit. So ended up putting it on this rifle. Like I said, it works out very, very well. Very pleased with it so far, and you know, I really like it for the price, for the way it performs. I don't know that you could I don't know that you could ask for any more. So anyway, gonna set this one off to the side, and we'll get into the data board and the throw lever for this. I'm going to go ahead and throw the throw lever on here first. And if you notice that I've got one on here right now, and the one that I've got on here, yes, it works, and it works okay. The only problem that I had, and I'm not going to mention who made this throw lever. I certainly don't want to act like I'm calling them out or anything, and it does work very well, and I've actually got a couple of them. But one of the problems that I ran into, you might be able to tell from the video here, that I actually sanded down. There were some, it almost looked like a nut. There were sharp edges on here, and a match last year, I ran the bolt. The gun's clear, probably should have done that to begin with. I ran the bolt in a match, running it real fast, and it literally just ripped the meat right off the top of my thumb, and it just splayed my thumb open, bleeding all over the place, and that was kind of a mess. So right after that match, came home, took it off, put it on the little workshop sander here that I've got, and just rounded off those rough edges, and then that's worked well. There's no problems with it since then. The only other problem that I've had with it, and this is totally my fault, is that I over torqued it at one point, and I ended up cracking it, and it does not maintain consistent tension. So it does the job, it gets it done the way it is, and I probably could just replace it very easily. But we're going to try out the EZ3 throw lever here. Take this out of the package. They do supply with an extra nut here, or bolt, excuse me, in the event that you lose the one that's in here. The one thing I do like about this one, it is very smooth all the way around. There's no rough edges. It's got a very low profile to it. So as long as it fits on here, I think we're going to be in pretty good shape. Different size hex wrench here. There we go. Alright, loosen her up just a little bit. For me, I like to have the throw lever about as close to the bolt body as I can get. A snug fit, there's no doubt about that. So and there are some variances that I've found in these power ring. There's a difference between this one and my other Razor Gen 2. It's not by a whole lot, but you can definitely tell the difference when you're putting things like this on there. So got that about where I want it. I've got it down to its lowest power. Helps if you get the right size tool. It goes on there very easily. And you just want it snug tight is what I found. Like I said, I broke the other one. That was totally my fault. There's nothing on the manufacturer. So just snug tight is really all you need. And, you know, works just like it should. We'll see how this one runs. So when I bring this back, yeah, there's no rough edges to catch on. There's plenty of clearance for my bolt, so no problem there. So we'll try that out and see how that works for us. Okay, so now we're going to install the data board. It does have an integral level in there, I guess you could say. And one thing that I just noticed on here is that there appears to be a crack in the level. You probably will not be able to see this on camera, and the fluid is completely gone. It is totally dry. So, okay, well, we'll just deal with that. As far as the fit up goes, looks like it's pretty straightforward. It was one thing I noted on my first review of the rail mounted data board. You know, they don't send any instructions or anything like that. I really don't think that you need any. You know, this stuff is pretty straightforward. But I guess if you did need instructions or needed help, I'm sure they'd be more than happy to help you out. Easy3 sent me, after I did the review of the rail mounted data board, they asked if I would do a review on these products, and I gladly obliged. Thank you for that opportunity. So far this thing looks like it's going to be fitting up just fine. I'm going to get this kind of snug where I can still rotate it. I got plenty of room to put it here, so that makes it nice. You might have to, depending on what your configuration is, you might have to make some fine adjustments, but other than that, get that just a little tighter there. Okay, a little too tight, there we go. I'll swing that over. Obviously not going to be able to use the level because, like I said, it's got a crack in it. It's very visible from what I can see. From here, and the fluid has completely gone out of it. The small sight window in here, I don't know how much I would have used it anyway. So, really nothing I can say about it right now because there's no fluid in it, so I don't know if it worked or if it didn't. Aside from that, I got a pretty decent gap right here. I could probably adjust this. You have to kind of go back and forth to where you can kind of close those gaps up. Not that big of a deal. Could be a little bit of a tighter tolerance, but again, guys, we're not talking about high dollar equipment here. These are 3D printed. Fit and finish on these is pretty good. I guess about what you would probably expect from 3D printed products. I really don't know that much about them. I don't know how easy they are to manufacture. I don't know what kind of materials they use. I just know that if something works for me, I tend to kind of go with it regardless of what it's made of. Like I said, fit, yeah, I got some, that definitely broke. I got some remnants of level fluid on my finger there. So we're just going to get it kind of as close as we can to level. And I'm just going to kind of close these gaps up about the best that I can. So that looks pretty good. The only other thing about this that I can kind of see, it is a little bit bulky compared to the other one. We'll bring that back up here for comparison. You know, you look at the, if you can see this on camera. Let's see if I got those, kind of, sort of. You know, the one that mounts to the scope tube, you can definitely tell it's a little more bulky. It's got this big chunk of rail up here as compared to the one that goes to the scope rail itself. That one's a lot more low profile, a little more streamlined. Fit and finish on this one's actually a little bit better too. This one's not bad, but again, this one's probably just a little bit better. You know, I still think it's going to work just fine, and I'm going to try it out. And excuse me, I'm fighting a little bit of a cold here. I already took, that was another thing when they sent me this. They sent me some extra data boards and some extra Velcro, so I really appreciate that. And I am going to give these dry erase data boards a shot at next match. I think as long as I don't wipe them or hit up against anything, it should be just fine. But you just take a piece of Velcro, put it on the back of that board, write your data on there, you know, whatever that may be. Let's say 200, let's go 2, you know, slap it on there, good to go. You can tension this down a little bit, and I can already tell that needs to be, because that's a little bit loose, probably a little bit looser than what I want it to be. So I'm going to kind of tighten that down just a little bit, make it a little more snug. Got that ball detent in there, so it will swing it either way. That way, if you round it up against a barricade or something like that, good chances you'll swing it out of the way rather than break it. Like I said, it sticks out a little bit further than what I like, a little bit bulkier than what I would like, but you know, really can't complain too much. Again, for the cost, and I apologize, but if I remember correctly, and please don't hold me to this, I want to say these are $27. Please don't hold me to that. I do not remember. They sent me the throw lever. Did not expect that to come. I don't know how much these cost. I did not ask them. I probably should have done that before I started this video, but I didn't do that. I can't imagine that being more than, you know, maybe 15, 20 bucks. I think the throw lever itself is going to work out just perfect. It's got, like I said, real nice low profile. Fit and finish is fantastic. It fits on the power ring perfectly, so I really don't see any issues at all with it. So we'll take this out to the range. We'll give it a shot, see how it works out. Like I said, the other one that I have ran it on a match not too long ago, and ran it all day long, and it performed flawlessly. So really happy with it so far. So we'll see how this one goes. The only other thing that they and I want to mention that they sent to me are their Chargemaster inserts. Again, these are 3D printed, and excuse me, I'll pull my insert out there. These are the ones that I made myself on my lathe, but these are, these are 3D printed. Seem to fit in there pretty darn easily, actually. These will help restrict some of that kind of overflow that you get with these Chargemasters. My inserts here that I made out of aluminum on my lathe, they work really well, but these are time consuming to make, whereas these right here, and I don't know what these cost. I don't know what they charge for these. So anyway, throw those in your Chargemaster. I would imagine that those are going to work okay. I'm going to be loading up some rounds here later on. I may try one of these, see how well it works as compared to my other inserts. Maybe I'll do a little continuation review on those. So other than that, as far as the product from EZ3, so far I would recommend. The only, like I said, the only quality issue that I've got is with the scope mounted board that we mounted, and the crack level in there. Again, probably not that big of a deal, but it is something that you get, and I wouldn't expect that would be broken, but it is what it is. Other than that, that's about all I got. Thank you. Have a good day.